So I'm back and it looks exactly like I left it. So this time I parked the Jeep right there. I should have been doing that all along, but I don't know. Anyway, got to get moving on this and start figuring out how to get all this stuff in. So I already started separating the stuff that I'm going to take out of boxes versus the stuff I'm going to try to take. And I'm going to sort all this so that I know what is in front of me. And I've got boxes inside that I can start loading up wire with. So all of this stuff here is probably just going to be like some kind of bracketry. It's nothing too exciting, goes on towers, stuff like this, which I'm going to grab all of that. But first, like I said earlier, unopened boxes are a priority because I might be able to resell that, and then wire, and then the rest of this stuff. So yeah, some of this I just don't know what kind of condition it's going to be in. Kind of need to look through it before I take it to the storage unit. Stuff like this, that's step on too much. And I took the bed finally out of my Jeep, and hopefully that'll provide a bit more room. That's all full of wire. Let's start throwing this stuff in. So this is literally going to be days and days of sorting. This is so much stuff. I gotta tell you, for all you scrappers out there, I don't care what level of this you do, I have a whole new appreciation for anybody that scraps, because this is so time consuming, so involved beyond what people understand. And props to you. I mean, I'm only micro scrapping to a certain degree, and some people take it a lot further, and that is just a ton of work. But you end up recycling, you get some money out of it. Depending on how much you do, you're your own boss. You don't need to do anything else. So, alright, I don't know what that one is, but somebody asked why I stack this so nice. It's because I just want to be able to see everything if I possibly can. I can't do this in every dumpster, but I can do them in a lot of them. Just make sure I'm not missing stuff. It's all plastic, so that'll go there. And this company knows I'm here because I've done this many times, as some of you have seen in my videos. So I'm going to try to get everything, and I'm already thinking about what I'm going to miss tomorrow night while I'm camping. But it'll be fun anyway. So I don't even know what these things are, but there's a lot of them. Just need to get some of this out of the way. That is just more wire. Trash. I don't know if this wire's any good or not, but I'm taking it anyway. Could just be aluminum for all I know. I've never seen this stuff before. So, for those of you that are watching all these videos, sorry that so many of them, and for you new viewers, are in this dumpster. See, I can take all this stuff if I can fit it. This dumpster has been just, it's been amazing, and after I'm done with this, usually at the end of the night, I'm really not looking for measly stuff in other dumpsters. I'm going after this stuff and then kind of calling it a night. top, I guess. But yeah, back to the scrappers. If you watch, I'm sure a lot of you watch other people, but yeah, they're working for their money, that's for sure. I think it's much better than the corporate world for a lot less money, and I've said that before, and I stick to that for now. Okay. Yeah, I can just... That's wood. Shouldn't bother with this, but I need to look underneath. And there's no point in moving it twice. Pollen here has been horrible. It's kicking my butt. Normally I don't get bothered by allergies. So hopefully no one will come by here. I've been here for hours before, and no one so much as drove by. So we'll see how that goes again. Get that cord. Metal plate, wire, something else new in the box. It is too, but it's been taped, taken apart. Alright, so wire, more wire. New and new. I'm gonna end up with a lot of cardboard if these things don't sell. So I'll just take them out now. That's all that's in a lot of them, but sometimes that stuff sells. Don't need a plant. This thing might take, depending. That's kind of crushed, but we'll look at it later. That maybe will fit on top. All that packaging for that. Now these are open, but actually just put that in there for now. Put all my plastic in that so I can throw it just in the trash at home. All right, now we're getting somewhere. To go through. Empty. These are packaged pretty well, so I'm gonna have to sell these as open box, but inspect them. Sorry, I'm gonna be sniffling probably if I haven't been already. Alright, so we're cleaning up pretty good here. It's just more metal. I'm gonna get my boxes and start loading this stuff up. So all this Extron stuff, I've looked it up. That name sells but I don't know if that stuff sells. And it is a ginormous pain to get out of those little packages. So if I don't sell those in bulk, it is going to be extremely time consuming to break all that down. So this stuff is actually, I mean, probably could sell this stuff. It's really decent inside the packaging, so I will keep it. This one I won't. So a lot of people have contacted me or asked me about the buckets of hardware. I'm going to start saving this stuff, and I'm even going to keep it in the packages like this so this stuff stays together rather than open all those packages and throw them inside buckets. So, but I've got people locally, like friends, that have reached out to me, so the first few buckets will go to them, and then if people are willing to come here and pick up the stuff, I'll gladly give it to you for cheap. G.I. Joe stickers. All right, so this will be filler after the fact. That I'm still thinking about putting on the roof, but I've got all this and this, which is mostly Extron stuff. Cable pass-through AAPS. This is like a little plate. I don't even think it's aluminum. It might be steel. And there's very little value there if I have to empty them all out. But I'll probably do it. Okay, I think they're gonna have pretty wide eyes when they're done, or they look at this tomorrow. Okay, so I'm gonna get out off camera and put all this away and then come back in here with my boxes to get all this wire. I'm wondering if I have room for that inside. That is really heavy, but then I found this. It's not, it's still got the plastic on it, but I don't think I'm going to do anything with that other than scrap it out. So it's got fan unit on it, and it's, cords to the fans are still there, but I don't think that's something that I can sell. It's got the lock, it's got the keys with it, but like I said, I don't think it's going to be of any value to anybody around here. I mean, something like this too, you wonder, you know, something that you want to put on Facebook, but I think this is just going to end up being scrap. So let me get this thing out of here. That's probably about 50 pounds. Yeah, there's the keys. See? Yeah, look at all this. Just grab it all and deal with it over the next weeks. This is crazy. The string tangled and everything. And none of this really is trash. It's all stuff in little packages. Most of that box. Someone just drove by. I wonder if they care. That's a lot of stuff in there. Go ahead and throw these on the bottom too. All right. Well, people, especially in other countries outside the US, have commented a lot about how much waste this is, and I agree. And there's various reasons that they do stuff like this, purge inventory or whatever, but I'm sure they have their reasons in their head that justify doing this. Primarily cost. It's just easier to throw it away than to try to sell it, and if you sell it cheap, then they're not going to sell their new product for the higher price or whatever. Sometimes it just doesn't, you know, pay for this to be transported to another location and thrown into other bins. And I mean, there's all sorts of reasons why they do stuff like this, but is it wasteful? Absolutely. Look at all that plastic too. I mean, one-time use plastic and everything. I'm not a huge environmentalist. That's just gonna have to wait. But I am conscious about this stuff and try to be. This stuff on the bottom. Try to do this somewhat smart, but not make it so heavy. These can go in there again. That's a piece of metal. That's to that. That's long weight. Another box. So that's gonna have to go on the roof first, then those, and then that if I can't fit it in. All right, so that's what the back looks like. This just barely fit in with the wheel well there. And then all of this is pretty much jam-packed. Got a few areas, if I'm careful, that I can put some of those steel racks, but I'm gonna be very conservative about that. I don't want to scratch up the inside of my Jeep anymore. And now I need to deal with what's going on top. Definitely getting there. So this is next. It's going to fit right inside the rack. So it is very heavy and awkward. So hopefully I can transition it up there somehow. I think I'm gonna have to get out of the dumpster to do that. Yeah, it's not gonna just go right over unless I don't want to stand there. Okay, I'll take this off, put that over there, and then those are going up top. I am not thrilled about doing this. These are gonna have to be ratcheted down hard. They are slick and they will move. So far, and I'm not coming back again, but this will be the third time going home. To fit this. That's all the stuff that's still got to go inside. This is aluminum extrusion, so we will make room for that somehow. And then these rails, that's metal. It's a cord I missed. See, even after all that organization, still missed a few things. That's short. Piece that may go on, and that should be everything. A little bit of it, but I am standing on the roof on the section that's reinforced, so I'm not too worried about that. Had hundreds of pounds up here. I've got 4 rails, OEM rails, instead of 2. Disperse heavy loads. So that's what that's gonna look like. This also go up, and then I'm gonna grab that long one. Yeah, I think this is all gonna fit. I think I got everything. So hopefully I have a good before picture so I can show you this after one. But yeah, nothing. Well, remote, don't need that. That's plastic. Plastic, this is actually junk. And the rest is, oh, I did miss a little piece of wire. But I even remembered that white rack thing, the drawer thing. So that is in there as well. Another little piece of scrap and little stuff like that, but I would say not too bad. What do you think they're gonna think and say when they open up that bay door and see this? I forgot the drawer pulls. If you're gonna get it all, you may as well get it all. And I even grabbed the remote. Yeah, that was that plastic stuff. So that's what I'm gonna finish doing before I step out. Good morning, and that's what the back of my Jeep looks like. Mostly newer boxes there. I've got a ton of wire boxes in here and all the metal stuff. And then on the other side, and this was my 3rd load of the evening, got that mostly full, and then the rest of the stuff went up here. So all my stuff is up top. I've already started taking off some of the straps, but this is my first load here. So this was the stovetop, that's mostly metal, but it is glass, some dishes. This is a refrigerator door panel that's still new in the box. And then probably the best item are the compressors. So I've got 5 of those. It's probably about 80 pounds at 20 cents a pound. So that's $40 right there, so not too bad. And then all the green boards and things like that I found from refrigerator units, and miscellaneous stuff like the Christmas lights and other wire and metal and stuff in there. So that was my first load. That might have been in a different video because last night's video was so long. Real quick, this is the first load. Doesn't look like a whole bunch, but it was quite a bit, and it is stacked in there. So I've got to sort that out with everything that I just showed you. I've got all this wire here. So this is probably between 200 and 300 pounds, probably closer to 300. I'll easily get over $200. Half of it is probably 45%, the other half is 55%. This is number one, this green stuff here, but sometimes when I go in, he does give me better pricing depending on the time of day and what's going on and his mood, I think. So here is everything that is still in the box. That is what was on the roof. That's the Samsung refrigerator door. I looked that up and I looked closely at that box. It has not been open. That's potentially $100 if it'll sell on eBay plus shipping. This I'm not quite sure about yet, but I'm gonna have to inspect it. All of this stuff is new in the box. This whole stack and this whole stack are the same thing. $20 to $40 on eBay. They are selling, but they're not selling that fast that people are buying that many of them. So it could be inventory I'm sitting on for a while if I manage to get a bite on a few of them. Then all of this stuff here, this, and then all the way back here. I've looked up miscellaneous things like those little boxes. I've got to inspect those closely because a lot of them have been open. They might have pulled something that they needed out of those, but the ones that aren't open, they're going for $12, $14 a piece plus shipping. And I've looked at some of this other stuff and it varies from like these bigger boxes here from $40 to $100. But like I said, it's slow moving product. Luckily I've got the storage unit. I just need to get this stuff listed like everything else. So let me show you where all the wire is. Over here, this is all the boxes of wire. That in the back, that's 3 high, 2 wide, except for that top box. So that is a good 300+ pounds of wire and the small Extron parts. So a lot of sorting that I need to do there, and that is definitely worth some money, probably in wire at least $150 if not more, and then anything that I can sell. If not, I've got to take it all out of the packages and break it down. Down here, this under this tarp is all those aluminum poles that I found a couple of weeks ago. I haven't even looked at them yet. They're just going to sit outside until I decide whether or not I want to just scrap them out or sell them. To be honest, I'm probably just going to scrap them out. I just don't have time to deal with that kind of stuff. And then back there's still that yellow stuff that I found in the one dumpster, the aluminum breakage. But you can see my scrap area back here is barely passable, and there's even more stuff around the corner. But thanks for watching, appreciate it. Sorry this was such a long video, but it was a lot of stuff and I had a lot of fun going through it. This part here is going to be the worst part. It's very time consuming, but it's still money, and that's why I do this, other than having fun doing it. So thanks for watching again, and I'll talk to you later.